Hey everyone, in this video today we're going to talk about one-to-one functions. The idea is to move towards inverse functions, which we'll see later, but let's see what are one-to-one functions. So a function is a one-to-one function if every value y in the range corresponds to a unique value, or we can say to a different x value in the domain. Okay, so think about our drawing for functions, right? We had, say, a set A, and then we had another set here, say B, and then we at some point say this is A, B, C, D, and E. Now, I have, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, well, and say 5, okay? So let's say I had A going to 1, B was going to 4, C was going to 2, D was going to 3, and E was going to 5. Let's look at the y values. Our y value, this is our set of y values. If you look at y value, it corresponds to exactly, so 1 corresponds to A, 2 corresponds to C, 3 corresponds to D, 4 corresponds to B, and 5 corresponds to E. So for every one y value, there is a different x value. So this function is what we call a one-to-one function. Now, let's say for some reason I had A also was corresponding to 2, then this is not a one-to-one function, right? Because if you look at the value 2, now it has two values. It has A, 2 goes to C, and 2 also goes to A, right? So this value 2 does not have unique x values, but it has two different x values. So this would not be a one-to-one function. Let's think about a different ones, right? So if I have y, so think about the function y equals x squared. Okay, so if I know that the point 4 is 2 squared, right? And the point 4 is also negative 2 squared. So I look at the y value here, which is 4, it corresponds to 2 and negative 2, right? So that cannot be a one-to-one function. Okay, so how do we test for one-to-one functions, right? So we can look at the graph of a function and we can decide if it's a one-to-one function or not, right? There's a test called the horizontal line test. So basically what this test is the graph. Oh, I want to start this again. A function is a one-to-one function if no horizontal line crosses the function in more than one point. Okay, so as an example, think about the graph of this function over here. Okay, so that's my function. Say this is my function fx. If I draw any horizontal line, no matter where I take it, that line is going to touch this function in exactly one point. And so this is a one-to-one function. However, think about the graph of y equal to x squared. Okay, if I draw a horizontal line, well, this line cuts the function in more than one point, right, over here and over here. So this is not one-to-one, whereas this function here is one-to-one.